attention. You want to do that? I don't know. I think this one is easy enough. Let's go this way. Come on. Anybody there?
No, there was one person. Norma Lopez.
Oh, Norma's always there. Can she hear me?
Probably.
Hey, Norma.
Oh, jeez.
I'm still there.
You're still here. You can talk.
Okay, guys. Hey.
Uh-oh.
All you troopers, I just knocked over something. Let me bend down and pick it up.
This is stuff you can't edit out.
Okay. I'll just sit it over here. All of you who are just aboard, coming on board. Hey, it's Berta. You can talk to me. What I'm going to do today, because remember, I told you that whenever we have our live show, I was going to do something, make something that I was low on or didn't have anymore. Well, I'm low on it, not completely out of it. I'll put this over here. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I am low on scallions. Green onions. What's another name that they use for the green onions? Is it another word?
There is. I can't think of it.
I can't think of it. The people from the UK call it whatever it is I can't think of. Anyway, I'm going to chop them up, and then I'm going to put them on this cookie tray with a parchment paper, and put them in the freezer. And then once I put them in the freezer, I will wait for at least 6 to 8 hours, and then I'll show you what happens.
You have to get them now.
Well, I'm just going to show Norma's here.
Okay.
This is how low I am on them. That's why I'm making them now. And then you just put them in a jar. That's what that little jar is over there. And anyway, that's what I'm going to do while we're talking. I'm going to go slow because we're only going to do it for, like about a half an hour or so. Okay? So when you come on board, I don't know who else is there. Just let me know where you're from. And also tell me a favorite recipe that you have and why. How about that?
Yeah, Jennifer loves Norma, Limerick, Donna.
Limer? Is it Limer?
Yes.
At Limerick. Okay, so I'm going to first cut off this part. Now, you can actually plant this, and this will grow from the center, and you can get more scallions. I've been able to do it, but they don't get very big and full like these. So I must be doing something wrong, but I can try it again. So can you. Am I talking loud enough? Should I talk louder?
Is she talking loud enough? I think so.
Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to put these off to the side.
Donna's from Minnesota.
Yay, Minnesota. Welcome aboard, Donna from Minnesota. I'm just going to stick them in this thing. And let's see, cut that off. It's always got some little dryness at the top, so I always cut off a little teeny piece of dryness.
Jennifer's from Southern California, right? SoCal.
Yeah. So there's another one. So what I'm doing is just chopping some scallion green onions so that I can have some. I have this video about doing green onions this way on the channel. And when I found out about it, I was researching stuff you could freeze. And when I found out you could freeze green onions, my life changed. Because every time you turn around, I like them. I like them in salad. I like them in lots of things. But when I would go to get them, they were all mushy and slimy and nasty. And this woman, I can't remember the channel. Anyway, she shared with us that you could actually freeze green onions. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm low, very low, because I use them on my salad all the time. And they're very crisp. We just got them. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm talking to you. And then this is lemon water. Now, I'll talk to you about lemon water another time, but it's really good to drink lemon water first thing in the morning. It's very good for you. It helps with digestion and a whole lot of other things. And I've noticed a big difference in myself. You don't know that you don't feel as well as you could until you change something, and then you go, wow, I was feeling like that, but now I'm feeling like this. And that's what happened with lemon water. Drink it first thing in the morning, and don't do ice cold water or cold water. Make sure the water is tepid or warm, kind of. You don't want it like hot. You just want to make it tepid is the right word for it. So I'm just about done with this, but that's what I'm drinking here is lemon water.
Do you regrow the onions / scallions?
I have tried to regrow them, but they're very bony and slim. And so they keel over in the pot that I have. So I've done it a few times, but I kind of like them like a little bit thicker. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you know how to do it, then let me know. Give me the secret so that I can do it. I always felt bad about throwing this away, but my growing scallions, it hasn't been very successful. So leave some tips for me. I'm willing to try it again.
Can you use the bottled lemon juice is what I guess he's talking about?
Okay, now I'll tell you the truth. You can use bottled lemon juice if you want to, yes?
And how much?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. You can use bottled, but there's something about fresh, as you well know. And if it's bottled, I would say make sure it doesn't have anything in it, like it's fresh, squeezed, and it's probably frozen, or it's in the refrigerator section and you can shake it up. I use a tablespoon to 2 cups, which would mean 1.5 teaspoons to 1 cup. Is that good? You can use more if you want to, or you could use a little bit less. But I believe that's the correct measurement that I got from this woman that I started doing. It just makes it easy for me. I just do 2 cups, and I drink about 8 ounces each day. This one I got a little excited, and I made the water too hot, so I had to put more ice in it, more water, so it ended up being about 16 ounces, but that's okay. And drink it slowly. Don't guzzle. Drink it slowly. Drink a little bit, put it down. Drink a little bit, put it down.
The bottled. There's something else. Oh, you can also freeze the tops of the celery stalks. Oh, can you also freeze the tops of celery stalks?
Can you freeze the tops of celery stalks? Freeze them? You know what? I don't know. Let me try it, and then I'll get back to you. Because I use a lot of celery too. I eat celery every day. My bottle is usually here, but it's not here now. But I eat a stalk of celery, or at least try to eat a stalk of celery every day. Celery is excellent for you too. And once you've eaten the celery, usually a stalk, depending, a normal size, about an inch across, maybe a little bit bigger. That's about 1/2 cup. So that's a vegetable for you for that day. And you want to eat 6 to 8 servings, I believe, of vegetables. Just eat as many vegetables as you can. They're mostly water and they're all excellent for you. So when I do that, I see that I get a vegetable in like really early in the morning. But I'm going to try that and see what happens. Okay. This one just kind of fell apart. Any more questions? This one I think I'm going to right here. It's kind of soft.
Someone just commented that you could save the scallion scraps. Save the scallion scraps for a
veggie broth.
There we go.
Okay.
I got there.
I just have never done that. I make so much stuff from scratch. I just haven't ever done veggie broth. I think I will give it a try since you mentioned it again. Who was that mentioned it? Do you see?
Norma.
Norma, okay. She's always got good suggestions. I'll have to try it, Norma. These are nice and fat. So maybe I'll try it again. I don't know. Do you think I should, do they need some kind of, you guys do this? You plant this part with the root on it? Can you see it? Do you give it some kind of, what do I want to say? Fertilizer to make it grow nice? Sit it in the window? Give me your secrets, if you got any secrets about growing your scallion. This is kind of wimpy.
I used to freeze celery tips along with other veggie scraps to make homemade broth.
Right. Now, how do you do that? How much broth to how many different veggie scraps? Do you just pour it over in a big pot until pour the water over all your veggie scraps and say a Dutch oven? We call ours the pasta pot because that's where we usually cook. We used to always cook our pasta in there. But do you have a measurement? If you do, share it. Let me know.
This is a lot of scallions.
This is a lot of scallions. I didn't realize it was going to be these many scallions. But Rebecca was the one who picked them out. I said, get me some scallions, and she got these. So this is what I've got.
Yes, I do plant the roots of the onion.
Okay.
I put them on my grow table.
You heard what?
Her grow table.
Your grow table. What's a grow table? Share with me what a grow table is. Maybe give me a link. Is it real expensive? We want to keep costs down, but if it's worth it, is there anything else you put on your grow table? Do you do, I want to grow some basil, parsley. I use those all the time. Even marjoram. I love that stuff. In soups and veggie burgers and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it up. I do the white and the green. I never really understood why they separated them. I just go down the middle. Nothing, I don't do anything fancy.
It's just the table that she starts her seating.
Okay.
She uses it outside.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have any kind of grow lights or anything like that on it. It's just the sun that gives it what it needs.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
You leave it out there even in the rain, when it rains and such?
She says, yeah, just the sun.
Okay.
No, just the sun.
Okay. I could try that. Let me see what
This person says you can dry out the ends and use them in soup.
Dry out the ends. So dry out these guys?
Yes, I guess. Or the other green sections.
Oh, the green sections, yeah. I do. I use scallions in soup. I just like the taste of it. It enhances. It's not like a onion. It is an onion in the onion family, of course. It's a root. But it's not the same. It just has a very, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it has a wonderful taste. I'm just going to take this.
Do you wash the onion before trimming them?
Absolutely. I always wash it because there's always some kind of dirt stuck in those roots. And I don't want to crunch down on dirt.
You could rough it, so.
Yeah. I don't think there's too many things that I don't wash, rinse off, or something if it's a fruit or a vegetable. For me, it just makes sense to get it clean before I put it in my mouth. Now, I have gone to some restaurants, of which I will not name, and their salads, I know it's not a spice, it's dirt. It's little, and I crunch down on dirt because it's in every mouthful. I don't know if you've ever tasted a dirty salad, but it's not a fun thing to have in your mouth. So, try this one. Get it there. So what have you been doing this summer? Anything interesting? You cook any recipes of mine? That was the other thing I wanted to do. Wanted you to know.
Someone did say, I forget, before, that they had done. They just finished cutting up, doing this.
Doing this, okay.
Scallion.
Yeah. Because I have a lot of things out there. I didn't realize I had so many. We counted them. They were counted for us by YouTube, and we have over 200. So there's a lot of stuff out there that you can learn a lot from. So you can take the time to look at some of them. And I like to teach. I don't want to just give you a recipe and not tell you anything about it and what you're putting in and why it's good or something. Sometimes I do because it could be a longer one. But most of the time, I just really like for you to learn about what you're putting in your mouth. If any of you are looking at me closely, I know you're probably cringing because I don't have the greatest knife skills.
Well, someone says that they've been gardening and dehydrating their root vegetables.
Oh, they had? Okay, so I'll tell you, where do you keep your root vegetables once you have dehydrated them? Where do you keep your vegetables once you've done that? Or your fruits? This is bigger.
Because you keep yours.
Because I keep mine in the freezer. They're just easy to get to. And I really haven't dehydrated. I'm trying to think, have I ever dehydrated any vegetables? I don't think I have. But now since you said that, I'd like to try it. I usually do fruit. So maybe I'll do all of them at once. No, it'll take me so long. Anybody else got anything?
Nope.
You guys are mighty quiet. Did I give you enough time to get here? Or maybe most of you work and you see me. You'll see this show like once we upload it. So you're not able to come early. I don't know, Ebdu, should we do it earlier?
I thought you placed green onion roots in water to regrow them. I haven't tried it yet.
Yes, I have. Oh, water, not soil. Okay, the instruction I got was soil. So that's what I did. So water first? I've never done that. I could try that. I'm game for trying stuff. I mean, if it works for me. If it doesn't, you won't see it on my channel. We're both sticklers about bringing you the truth. We're not going to bring you a bunch of lies just so we can get some views. Though we like the views. But not because we've lied to you.
What about little lies?
Not even little lies.
Ugh.
Little lies turn into big lies, and then you're stuck when somebody asks you something. and you don't know the answer because you've lied about it.
This is going back to where you keep your dried,
My dehydrated.
dehydrated things.
Okay.
She keeps hers in the refrigerator or in the pantry.
Okay. In what? In like a bag? In a jar? What is your container? Maybe she can tell me that. So I'll have to look up. I didn't write that down, Ed. It's going to be in there so I can read it later. Is doing these scallions and make sure when you put them on your tray, they're going to be stuck together, but try and give them some place to freeze, because what you want to do is once they're frozen and you jar them, you want to be able to like take a spoon and just go in, loosen it up a little bit and use it. That's why I don't just dump it in here. If you take this and dump it in here, it's going to become a massive lump and you're not going to be able to do anything. So please put it on, and it doesn't have to be on a cookie sheet. It could be on your 8x8 or 9x9 pan if that fits in your freezer, or a cookie sheet like this, or the a pan that you make lasagna in. You can do that. And if you have a toaster oven, I just put a piece of parchment paper on here, and I put those on. If I just have a few, I have a massive amount, but you just put them on here, stick them in the freezer, 4 to 6 to 8 hours, bring them out, and they kind of shake around, which is good. Put them in your jar, stick them in the freezer. But because I have so many, today I'm using this cookie sheet.
She stores them in a glass jar. This is the.
Oh, okay, the dehydrated. Okay.
Someone else says, in my experience, the green onions do eventually become thin if they're growing in water. Mine got thicker and taller once I potted them.
Okay. So first water when it starts to sprout, and then go and stick it in soil. Okay. That's not a lot of work. I could do that. Thank you. Who was that?
Jennifer loves screw it.
Jennifer loves. Okay. That sounds good to me. I don't know what else could I do with scallions. I guess I could make an onion soup, because that's a lot. Oh, I might be able to get them all on here. I don't know.
Did you say what you put these onions on?
Would I put them what?
What you put these on?
Oh yeah, I like scallions on a lot of things. I put them on salad. I also, when I'm making a simple sandwich, I know you won't believe this. I grew up on a small farm, okay, south of here, and in another state. And what I do now, which I didn't do then, is I make a tomato sandwich, which I grew up on tomato sandwiches. I love them. And I take some scallions from my frozen, take a little spoon and sift them on. I do shredded carrots on that tomato sandwich too. It's very delicious. But I use them on sandwiches. I use them on, I guess it's tacos. I have different types of things I use as a taco meat, or as the beginning of the taco. It's not meat, of course. It's usually something cauliflower or tofu or something like that. Beans. But if you sprinkle this on, I'm telling you, you take your taco to another level. You can use onion, but if you use these green onions, you'll see what I mean. If you like them. If you don't like them, it's not going to take it anywhere except for you to go to the sink and spit it out.
Can you just explain again what you're doing?
Oh, okay, yes. I am making, for those of you who haven't been around me very long. I learned that to keep your cutting board straight, you put something wet underneath. And I just use, you can use a dishcloth, you can also use a paper towel, moisten it, put it underneath, and it won't move. When you don't, it moves all over the place, but once that water hits that counter, this thing is not moving. So that's the first thing. And I'm chopping up scallions so that I can freeze them and use them in whatever I would like to use them in. And how I do it is I wash them really well. I cut the tops. There's always a little kind of dryness on the top, so I cut that little teeny piece off. It only ends up being about that big. I don't know, can you see it?
No.
You can't see it? Okay, I don't know what you can do. If I put it in front of the red cup, can you see it?
You really want them to see this?
I just cut off the top. A little teeny weeny bit of the top, and then I cut off the bottom. So I could put it here. And here's some little, I cut off the bottom and little tiny piece of the top because it gets a little dry up there. You don't have to cut it off. These are organic, or if you want to, but I just cut it off. Do the way it pleases you. Okay, so once I cut these up, I put them on a tray. I was just telling all the troopers that you can use a cookie tray for me because I have so many. Put a piece of parchment paper on and then just scoop them up and make sure they can touch each other, but you don't want them piled up like a little mountain. You want them like kind of a single layer so that when they are frozen, which you would let them stay in your freezer for, some people have a very, very cold freezer, and so depending on your freezer, you know your freezer, but anywhere from 4, 6 to 8 hours, any one of those, overnight. Put them in before you go to bed. In the morning, they should be ready. And then I just jar them. I stick them in a jar because then they will be separate and very easy to use. And people were asking, some of the troopers were asking, what do I use them in? And I use them in a lot of things. The other thing I use them in is soups. I like to put it on top of soup. Pasta. If I do, I'm not a great pasta fan, but when I do eat it, I like to use parsley or this. There's a recipe that I have, and it is pasta with peanut sauce. This tastes excellent on top of that. The scallions do. I can't think of, my brown rice gravy, yum. Put that on some brown rice, or if you had brown rice gravy in your refrigerator, I'm telling you, you would eat up more wonderful things for you because it makes all vegetables taste really good. I just like vegetables, okay? But if you want to mix up a bunch of vegetables, like say you're steaming them, I just pour a little brown rice gravy on top of it. And it just tastes, it really has a very, very lovely taste. And then I just sprinkle some scallions on top. So it's a vegetable, so you get to get more veggies in your body, which you want. I think the more vegetables you eat, I saw one vegan person, and they said that there was a doctor who told them, could have been Chef AJ, that this doctor told her that if people like couldn't lose weight, really couldn't lose weight, he said it's because they're not eating enough vegetables. If you start to eat vegetables, a lot of vegetables, you're going to get your weight under control, but you're going to also get healthier. Vegetables, I can't say enough about them. They are very, very good for you, as is fruit. You don't want to overdo it on fruit because of the natural sugar, the fructose in it. But vegetables, they are really good. Anybody else have anything you can share?
Lovely Cherokee just joined the chat. I'm not sure if you know about her.
Who is it?
Lovely Cherokee.
No, I don't know Lovely. Where are you from, Lovely? Did she say?
She didn't get a notification, so.
She didn't?
I'm not
Who
sure.
gets notifications when I stick it out there at the community post?
Well, I don't know if that's not that notification, the notification that we're live.
Well, that's what I sent a live. I was gonna
No, you're talking about a community post.
Right.
She's talking about a notification that
Oh, she didn't get the notification that I am live now.
right.
Okay. I have to be honest with you guys. I don't understand what this, what YouTube does. Sometimes I just feel like I'm in the dark with some of the things they do and don't do that I think they should do. Now, I would think they would let you know that I've gone live. But I guess they don't. I'm so sorry, Cherokee. I do my best.
Every Tuesday we should be here.
Yeah, every Tuesday. But usually with live shows we do on Wednesday. But every Tuesday at 11:30 we're here. There's going to be a video uploaded. And my son Evan, he does all the. I'm out front, but he does all my back work. I work behind the camera.
Green onion pancakes.
Now, what would you put on? You wouldn't put syrup on that. What would you put on it? You just eat it straight up. Or make them thin enough and use it like a little taco, like the shell of a taco. Or how about a sandwich? You could do that. I never thought of that. Never occurred to me.
You're at 31 minutes.
I'm at 31 minutes. Okay. Well, I have loved chatting with you, and I'm not quite finished. I'll finish after we go off. But guys, I just want to always thank you for coming and being with me, really, for a live show. I enjoy chatting with you. I enjoy making something for myself that I don't have, and just sharing with you, because I know there's a lot of you that have joined me, because when we first started doing live shows, I didn't have those many troopers, but I have a lot more now. And so I just want to say thank you for always joining me when you can. Thank you for leaving comments, suggestions, ideas. Scallion pancakes, I don't know, I can't get that out of my head. That might taste really good. But I really love you guys. And I don't throw love around just to throw love around. I really do. I care about you and I pray for you. I know that may sound really, I used to pray for you by name when I only had 6, 10, 15 people. I used to actually go and see all the names that people that had joined, and I prayed for you. And now I pray for you as a group, just because it's easier for me. And I thank God for you, and I appreciate you. Just want you to know that. Okay? So I'm not finished with this yet, but I'm going to fill out the whole thing, throw them in the freezer. Who knows, maybe in one of those little shorts I'll show you how I take them from here and dump them in the jar. Okay? And what I have been doing lately, which I want you to do, is when you do something with your, when you prep something, put a date on it. Just write it down here, and you can see how long it will last you. When you're done with it, you look down and say, oh my gosh, that lasted me for months. Or it lasted me for 4 days, whatever it is. And, but I've been doing that, and I've been finding out and getting some really interesting lengths of time that I didn't know things lasted that long. So another little tip. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will do this again next month. I want to do it every month. Okay? Bye for now.